Hello fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Ben Rosenbaum, and as always, joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Laura Harper. Coach, another road trip in the books. Welcome back to the friendly confines of TU Arena.
Yes, we're happy to be back. Thank you so much.
So conference play opens up. Obviously, non-conference was up and down for you. What was the message to the team going into CAA play? Because we know non-conference to conference, it's a totally different beast, especially in the CAA.
It's 0-0. We have played by far the hardest non-conference schedule in the conference, and it's prepared us for moments. We started our schedule 5 games on the road, so it would just be normal for us to start conference play 2 games on the road. So, really just trying to have those perspective moments of realizing that every game, non-conference prepares you for the conference.
And not sure if this is a good or a bad thing, but you get that long Carolina trip out of the way early, starting obviously on the road at Charleston and then UNCW. So good to get that one kind of behind you and not have to worry about that 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, a month from now. And then let's talk about it. Charleston on the road, very hot start for the Cougars this year. Come up short 67-50. You jumped out to a lead in the first quarter, and then Charleston able to just come back. Your thoughts on that game?
I just have so much respect for Robin, Harmony, and all the teams. The Barbitt twins are phenomenal, and I think our team, it really gave us this is where we are. These are the things that we need to improve on, and we were able to take some of that into the UNCW game.
Hadi Lay, third double-double for her on the year in that game, 12 points, 11 rebounds as she starts CAA play. And sometimes when you see a freshman or even a transfer come in who's never played in the CAA before, you see maybe a little bit of a backstep because they're not used to the CAA play, a little physical here and there, more running. Were you surprised that Hadi just kept on going and was able to record another double-double?
Hadi is one of the best athletes on our team, and she's got, so much untapped potential. So honestly, no, we see it every day in practice. I think it's her getting used to her footing, how the referees are calling the game, and just getting her flow. But no, this is what Hadi does every day.
And Nate Staten, obviously, we saw her return last week, but now getting her back for 2 games, or now 3 games on the year. How does she look to you getting some game action under her belt?
Of course, we know how talented Nay is, and just her leadership and her just knack for the basketball and ability to win. I think it's not easy for anyone to come into a team in the middle of the year, but I think she's just taking it with stride and learning every single game.
So Charleston game in the books, you head over to Wilmington to take on UNCW, and an exciting one, bang for your buck, really until the very end. India Johnson hitting a jumper with 1 point something seconds left in the game, and she had 8 of her 10 points in that last 3 minutes. So first of all, talk about the game itself, being able to stick with them, fight back, and not go away there, and for India to hit that shot at the end.
One thing I can say we've done in these 13 games is fight and not quit. So I think as far as having the resilience to bear through 40 minutes, that's something that our team has been able to do. I think we plugged away at it. I think, we've really had a large emphasis on free throw shooting, and it was fun to see that, pay off the way it did. And we need India to score the ball for us and to have, that kind of confidence. So it was great that she was put in that position.
And for India, who we've talked about, she's had games where she is what we all expect her to be, and then there's games where she vanishes at times. For her to come back and not just have a great game, but have that closeout mentality when, hey, 3 minutes left to go, I'm going to score these last 8 points and one of them to go ahead, or, for her to just kind of lock in there. Does she have the trust? Obviously, we know from you, but the teammates, do they rally around her in that moment?
Of course. I think, as we're identifying roles and just playmakers, India it's no secret, she's our primary playmaker. And it just was good for her to have the confidence to take over like she did.
You talk about identifying playmakers and roles. Jordan Wakefield coming out with a big game, 18 points. She's another one who we're starting to see, we know that we need from India and from Hadi, and now we're seeing the role players start to pop up. Okay, you have to get it from somewhere else at least one or two a game, and now you're seeing it from Nay, and you're seeing it from Aminata, and now Jordan. When you have the weapons starting to get comfortable now, and you can have that depth that you've had in the past, that has to make everything easier on everybody.
Yeah, we're growing, and we're developing into who we are and who we're trying to be, and our evolution is just unfortunately happening a little bit later than some other teams. But people say all the time, you don't want to peak too early, and I think Jordan has always been a phenomenal player. She didn't play basketball for 2 years. So it makes sense that she's coming into her stride right now.
And someone who's been consistent, Deja Bristol, not always on the stat sheet, but Deja has been making plays left and right, whether it's drawing charges, grabbing rebounds. She comes up with a huge steal with about 40 seconds left. I mean, that's that veteran mentality, that veteran experience, knowing, need to make a play, and she makes one.
I just told our team, that was a moment I stood there in shock. I've never seen her move that fast, and I really thought I saw a ghost at one point. But this is the person that she is. She's extremely agile. She's extremely just tenacious, and she's going to fight and will her team. And I felt like after we got that steal, I'm like, okay, we're still in this. And it just was a wonderful opportunity and moment for her and our team.
Yeah, of course, Samaya seals it with the steal at the end on the inbound from UNCW. So you pick up conference win number 1, you split the road trip 1-1, and now back home here for 2 this weekend. First on Monmouth at Friday at 2 o'clock, career day. Students from the county will be in attendance. Monmouth, if there's one thing we have seen about Monmouth, even with the coaching change, they are going to play some defense, and they are led, they have shot blockers everywhere, Exeter, Farrelly, and Bella Cramble still in attendance at Monmouth.
Still there.
So how do you, when you go, and obviously you have folks like Hadi and Deja and now Kayla Morris who's returned, how do you get ready to play a team that they are so good at blocking shots and altering shots?
Of course. I think it's really just in our preparation and our, working on our counter moves and working on double teams and kickouts. And Deja knows Bella very well. So I think it's really, let's find and make the extra play. Know that the play might not be at the rim necessarily, but it might be in the extra pass.
And then Sunday on Sunday, you're playing the CAA preseason favorite, NCAT. What have you seen from the Aggies so far? Another great shot blocker, and Clark there, 20 blocks on the season. It's gonna be a physical weekend, I think, here in TU Arena.
Absolutely. I haven't watched enough film to be dangerous, but I know one thing: they're going to press us, and they're going to play their matchup zone some. So it's really just continuing to rebound, which we bounced back from giving up 60 versus Columbia to averaging 41.5 this weekend. So just having that, let's limit teams to one shot and take care of the basketball.
All right. CAA action here inside TU Arena this weekend. For more news and notes on Tigers women's basketball, head over to TowsonTigers.com. For the head coach, Laura Harper, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.